Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to do a reading in these energies, these brand new energies, so completely different. I'm going to jump into the cards because I'm having trouble starting this reading. I never have trouble starting reading. I just get on, I start talking, and everything flows. But it's like I feel so completely different. Like it is so different energetically that it's almost like I don't know who I am. I don't know how to do anything anymore. I'm like starting all over or something really weird. So anyway, I'm just going to dive into the cards and let them help me. But we did have Pluto move into Aquarius today. So I think that's a lot of the energy that we're feeling. It's just really, really different and really exciting to me. It's just so freaking exciting. And so the last degrees of Capricorn, is what we have been moving through very slowly, over the weeks, and a lot of purging and a lot of like seriousness and heaviness, and now it just feels different. And of course, a lot of that is because we cleared out so much in those energies in those last degrees of Capricorn. So now one of the things that I'm noticing, I've been noticing this lately for myself, and I've been noticing it in readings coming up for people, and also in talking with the people in the readings. So they're experiencing this as well, is that the guidance is really, really strong right now. And so I think it's kind of this energy of like we're in this new land. We're in this new land. We're doing this new thing, kind of like me. Like even the camera, I'm like, why does it look all crooked and weird? And why do I keep feeling like I'm sideways? It's just like it's like everything's wonky. But so we're in this new land and we don't know how to do it right. We don't know how to do it. We're creating our higher timeline for humanity and for ourselves as we walk it. Right? There's no guidebook, and this came up in a reading last week where it's like we have to like sniff out our own scent. We have to like find, like decode our own DNA to know how to walk our higher timeline, right? And that happens very much in the moment, very much through guidance. So I'm noticing, for myself and others, a lot of like support from our higher selves or our souls or our spirit guides or however you word that or relate to that. And of course, a lot of that is because we cleared out so much of the gunk and so much of the conditioning and the fears and the traumas and the programs that there's a really clear channel to hear that higher guidance, or even, and often guidance is just what we want, like what we feel magnetized to, or what sparks something in us, and having a clear channel to that, to our own desires, which are expressions of our soul and our path, and and what we're moving into. So anyway, a lot of guidance, but for me, there's a lot of things that I'm being pushed to do that are different than what I normally do, like stuff that I wouldn't normally do, I wouldn't be drawn to, but I am drawn to, and then my head will kind of get in the way and be like, well, I don't know, what about this, and then there will be like some synchronicity that comes along that just kind of like corrals me over there, or like makes it, lets me know, like, no, this is accurate, this is the right path. And so those are the things that I've been noticing this week and recently. So let's see interesting. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. I like the color is so beautiful. I always notice colors because I'm always noticing patterns, but just these colors with the walls behind me and the red of my shirt, there's something about that that's just so beautiful, and everything blending in together. And that is sort of the energy of gentleness, like allowing all the pieces to come together as they need to, because there is a wisdom and a wisdom, and again, last week we were talking about the symphony, and there is a symphony to all of this, and allowing all the notes to show up exactly as they are, just surrendering, and again, whatever it is that we're being guided to do, even if it's things that we wouldn't normally do, or we don't even maybe even like, or thought we would like, but just knowing that there's a wisdom to that, and that everything has its place, and allowing it to unfold. So this kind of has the energy of a sunrise to me, like allowing everything to be slow and gentle and unfolding, and the surrender into that, trusting what you're being guided to do, because again, we are walking and creating as we walk a new path, and we haven't done this before. This is new territory for humanity, living from our hearts, living from our souls. The program, the society, the conditioning, it tells us what to do and how to do it and when to do it, and that's easy, right? No, it's not easy. It's torture. But living from the inside out, living from the soul, living in connection with everything else, and allowing all the pieces to unfold when and how they need to, that is harder in a way, because it requires surrender. and which of course is hard for the ego and for the mind and for our fears. But as we, again, especially with this Capricorn purge that we just did, a lot of that stuff being confronted, being forced to be confronted, and when we confront it and we feel it, we release it, and when we release it, then it doesn't have a hold on us anymore, and it's not blocking the viewfinder, so we can hear our guidance to walk the path that's unfolding for us, that we get to discover and step into, and we can embrace it with openness rather than the lenses of the past and trauma. So the Nine of Fire, so this is kind of a card of walking out. See, she's in the tunnel. She's not, it's a card of perseverance, where it's like we're not, similar colors though. Similar colors. There's that kind of sunrise energy. Again, it's like we're not completely out of the tunnel yet. It's like we're walking out right now. We're walking out of the tunnel into the sunrise. It's like you're kind of beginner's mind. Really beginning to really know what you're doing. You're kind of like, you might feel a little raw, a little vulnerable, but but you have your codes here. You have them. They're with you, and they offshoot from you. They offshoot from your own energy. It's like your own energetic signature, your own alignment kind of transmits into the universe, and then that's what comes back to you. So the things that are coming into your life are actually you. They're the little sparks falling off of your own soul that are coming back for you to gain more of yourself. All of your pieces coming back to you through the situations and the people and the encounters that you're experiencing. They're aspects of you that are returning. That was coming up in one of the readings a few weeks ago, maybe like a month ago. I forget what I called it, but okay. So and there, the Ace of Pentacles, that's the new path that we're walking into. Yeah. So we're coming. There it is again. We're coming right out of this cave, right out the new dawn into this new path, and going slowly and gently. So again, it's like what I was talking about last time. Those little seeds that came up. They sprouted. They're up a little more now. We still need to be kind of gentle because some of the old mind things and the fears and the programs are still kind of, we're not quite out of the cave yet, right? So a lot of that stuff is still kind of swirling around, and just being patient with yourself and being patient with your mind and being patient with others and allowing that dawn and that newness to birth. Okay. Oh yeah. So the Magician, there he is. And wow, and the Four of Wands. So this is a card of union, togetherness, community, happiness, celebration, this type of thing. And then, of course, the Magician, he was up in the last reading. He's been coming up a lot lately. The Magician, the Alchemist. And there he has it. He has it tattooed right on his chest. It's like, again, his transmission, his codes, his soul signature, everything that he carries in him that he is destined and meant to walk forward and bring forth into his life path in the Aquarian age, in collaboration with everybody else. Again, that what I was talking about, like all the colors and all the pieces coming together exactly as they need to. That's the Aquarian age, where we all bring forth our unique divine spark, our unique divine spark, and coming together with others. But again, it's written on our souls, it's written in our DNA, it's written in our desires, it's written in the synchronicities in our lives. We're walking our souls and our missions and our paths and our unique contribution forward, again, onto this new path. And so, it is an acknowledgement and a nod to all the alchemy that we've done, to clear that which was in the way. But the Magician is also creator. He creates his own reality. He creates his own path, and he creates it from his soul. He creates it from his mastery of his elements, of his unique expression, right? We all have a different composition of elements and composition of the way that we are, what comes through for us, and to bring that forward, to be the magician and the master of our own soul signature, of our own expression. I think that was my Hermes. Yeah, and then the Four of Wands, that's it. Everybody coming together, playing your specific instrument in the symphony, your specific expression, and watching the perfection of it coming together. It's like in a forest where there's, the mycelium and the mushrooms and the trees and all of the things going on behind, and everything's relating and supporting each other, and everything has its specific, role that it's playing, or its expression that it's playing, and it's so beautiful, and, it's just perfect just the way it is. It's like that's the humans in the Aquarian age, where we're not living from fear or control or trying to corral ourselves or each other into anything, just it's expression and allowing and unfolding. So that's really beautiful. I'm going to pull, I love the colors. There's so much yellow, gold, orange, I'm going to pull an oracle card here. Psyche. Wow, Psyche. Okay, and that's a number 10 card, which is a card of completion, and you can see in her ball here, you know, and what she's holding of this new path is transformation. The butterfly is transformation, and there's the magician again. You know, we've transformed, we've alchemized, and you know, a lot of people, a lot of people, you know, those of us that have like done the work, and especially through this like last stretch with the Capricorn, the last degrees of Capricorn, it's like we've been around the block, you know, we've gone through the depths and crawled through the sewers, and we know how to do this. So this time it was kind of just like, okay, you know, we have all our badges from all the times that we, you know, had to go through dark night of the soul and deconstruct and lose everything and come back around. And so as those kind of energies were moving through us, moving through the collective, a lot of us, you know, do a lot of cleanup for the collective, and have for a very long time, you know. And I feel like those of us, the realm walkers, you know, those of us that do a lot of the alchemies in the darker parts, we've been moving into more of this energy, and have kind of not been being called to do as much in that under realm. But yeah, we did another stretch, you know, we did another stretch deep in the psyche, you know, deep in the underworld. But again, you know, you've done it enough before. Those of us, this is like a thank you, you know, a tribute to the an acknowledgement of the caterpillar to the butterfly, for those of you that really have allowed yourselves to liquidize and to dissolve, and to lose your identity, to lose everything you thought you were, everything society told you were supposed to be, over and over again, and the rebirth that has come from that. So, you know, again, this last stretch where you're kind of like, okay, you know, and take another one for the team, you know, and it's easier, you know, it's easier now. And we will do more, because there are a lot of people that are still struggling, and that are still kind of like bound in that darker space. But a lot of us, the more people that can take their butterfly form, the easier it gets for humanity, because the more that transmission and that frequency is in the collective energy for other people to feel safe in, to feel drawn to. Because if the collective energy is one of oppression, and, you know, like feeling that you can't express your true self, then, you know, it's harder for people that didn't sign up as a soul to come and lead the edge in this. And so those of you leading the edge, you know, taking your butterfly form, stepping into this new path, and creating this heaven on earth timeline for everyone involved, making it easier. Again, a lot of people awakening, a lot of people, it's like popcorn, you know, it's like popcorn, a couple people go first, and then the rest, and there it goes. So a big movement right now in terms of the completion and the holding, the embodying. It's like an embodying of your butterfly form, you know, and knowing how, again, that newness, that gentleness, gently stepping into it, and learning as you go, learning as you walk it. It's kind of like a full energy too, but it does have that delicate, gentle, because we're just coming out of the cave. You know, a lot of people, I guess this reading is for those people today. So, all right. So and for anybody else that's, you know, maybe not quite feeling that butterfly flight yet, but knowing that there is a lot of that in the collective energies, which is going to benefit you. It's going to benefit you, and it's going to help you, because what we do inside of ourselves, we do for all, you know, and sometimes people are helping us along, and then at another point in life, we're helping other people along by what we do inside of ourselves, or in service, or whatever. But it's just, again, it's the symphony, you know. So there's the gratitude card, and this is number 5 card. Yeah, so that's 5-star card of big change. That's where we're at right now. And again, just this beautiful, yeah, okay, so that's beautiful, because look, it's this older hand, and the younger hand is holding the older hand. And again, it's that kind of thing, like passing the torch, where like sometimes somebody's helping you, you know, and sometimes then you're helping somebody else, and then they're helping somebody else, and we're passing it along, you know, and everything that we have, you know, part of it we owe to the giants ahead of us that helped us, you know, all the people that helped us in our journeys, and just kind of that web of support that we all offer each other, which is this, you know. So if you are still in some of that darker energy, just know that people are holding space for you, and they're there for you, and that at another time, you know, you will be in this field, and you will be offering that support. And so just the beautiful community effort and again, that symphony, and allowing all the pieces to come together. Some people are still doing that cleanup in the dark, and they're doing it for all of us. We take turns. We take turns in the darkness, because you can't just be constantly transmuting. I mean, some of us are. I got to the point where I was just like, I'm tired of being, the collective garbage disposal. I only want to clear and heal that which is specifically mine, and if and of course it does benefit others, then fabulous. And otherwise, just boundaries, having boundaries on that empathic psychic sieve thing, where you just sponge in everything, and you're just constantly cleaning and cleaning, and it's like, wait a minute, I have a choice in this. Let me focus my energy, focus my boundaries. And so anyway, if you are doing, but then again, being called at certain times, like with the last stretch through Pluto, where a lot of us went back in, we went back in, and we did another piece for all of us. So times of this, and again, the cyclical nature. Sometimes you're on the cleanup crew, and sometimes you're holding the light, and sometimes you're down in the dark, and just cycling around. But that community effort, but just seeing that bigger picture of what we're doing here. So, all right. See here, how long did I talk? Oh, I only talked for 15 minutes. I wonder if this is going to be a shorter reading. I feel really kind of scattered. I'll probably listen to this and be like, oh, you're fine. But yeah, I feel like I'm not making sense, and like because it's just the newness of this energy. Like I almost feel like, am I even recording? Sometimes there was one time where I didn't record, and the whole time I felt like I was talking to the air, and like there was no reception on the other side. And then I was like, oh, I wasn't recording. I kind of feel that way again. I kind of feel like yeah, it's just a weird energy. Anyway, I'm just gonna go with it. So blocked. That's funny. Oh my God, that's kind of how I feel. It's weird because there's all this gorgeous new energy. Hold on, let me clarify this. Where are we saying blocked? So we have two angel cards here. Oh, planetary cycles and love. Wow, planetary cycles and love. Well, that, you know what, that's very true, because the love and the truth of this reality has been blocked. It has been blocked for a very long time. Part of the planetary cycles and the cycle of the ages and the yugas and where we're at, and now we're coming back into this golden energy. Look at all the gold in these cards. I mean, that's what I was commenting on. It's like there's just all this beautiful orangey soft gold. Okay, so here we are coming back into this golden age energy. Hold on, let me get my cards down. But it has been blocked for a very long time. So it's almost like, the dam is breaking, and things are starting to flow, and we're just not used to it. We're used to being blocked and being capped from the truth of this realm, and the truth of our power, and the truth of how we're supposed to be, how we're designed, our DNA, this whole existence. So just like I was saying, like with nature, is meant to be in collaboration and in unique expression. It's become very normalized to be blocked from that, and to be corralled. So I think this energy of openness, I think we're really getting a blast of it. Of course, it's going to take, a long time. It's taking a long time to acclimate to these new energies, and to allow them to purge us and stabilize us, and come into the new. But there's something about right now, I guess, with this, just moving officially into this energy, and Saturn going forward, and a lot of the things that are going on beyond astrology. I mean, it's fractal, so it's like you can find it wherever, different places where you look. Psychics will be saying the same thing, saying the same thing. It's just different areas where you can look to decode. But anyway, it's almost like a shock. It's almost like a shock to the system when things kind of start to open up, and you're used to this kind of energy. So that's interesting. Let me pull a little bit more into that. That is something I'm just realizing right now. All right. Pull a goddess card here. What do we get? We get two. Oh, yeah. Okay, so wise leadership and flow. So these are very beautiful cards. But again, that's that Aquarian age. We're all leading the way. We're leading the way for our own unique contribution and expression, which only we can do. And we can only do that by flowing and allowing, paying attention to what we're drawn to, paying attention to what the synchronicities are guiding us, paying attention to when the old thoughts, the old blocks come up, and and start speaking, and and being really discerning about like what the energetic, the difference in the frequency with guidance, and the difference in the frequency with the old voice and the blocks, and just choosing and being discerning and paying attention. But there's flow to that, there's flow, and just kind of watching, and there's that gentleness as well. There's that gentleness. Bring a gentle touch where you're aware that where we're at in this process, right in the middle of the reading is this blocked card, and it's not that we are blocked, things are flowing, but that blocked energy still needs to be dealt with, because it's still in the reading, it's right in the center, it's kind of in the heart of us, where it's like, wait, what? Like I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to, and it's like just being really gentle with yourself, and again, gentle with others, because I think we're all feeling this. We're all kind of, it's like the clamps, the clamps that were down around the heart, just loosening, loosening and allowing things to flow, and this is a 5 card as well. So again, that change, stepping into being the leader of your own energetic signature, planting your soul signature down on the earth, which was intended, but it was blocked. We were all blocked, and part of it was the planetary cycle where we were at, and we went through the dark ages, and all of our traumas and everything. So this newness, this rebirth into love, into that Christ consciousness, is very new. Again, we're at the very beginning. We're at the very beginning of this path, but right now there's been a huge shift. Just in the last few weeks. A huge shift that's putting us solidly here. This is a card of having earned. It's not a page. For a long time, we were getting the page of fire, the page of earth, the page of, and that's a card that's sort of like you're new, you're immature, you don't know what you're doing. You might be on it for a little bit, and then you go back over, and that waddling, what I've been talking about a lot, the wobbling on the threshold. Going a little bit into the new, and then back, and you're just acclimating yourself. And it's very much a part of the journey, and it has to be done, where you feel like, oh, am I ever going to cross over onto this? That's what we were talking about last time. This is the energy of being solidly on this new path. You're not wobbling anymore, but you are tending to this. You are mothering yourself, or fathering yourself, or just being with yourself, knowing that this is here, right in the center. It's still there, that kind of blocked energy, and just but knowing that at this point there is a flow, there is a flow, and there is a momentum to bringing yourself, your true self, forward in authenticity as intended, and huge guidance from your soul. So okay, let me pull another one here. Yeah, it's crazy how weird I feel. Do you feel weird? Are you feeling weird too? Oh, I didn't even know I was feeling this weird. Combustion. Yes, there's the breaking of the dam there, and in the way I have them on the table is coming right underneath the blocked card. So this is kind of like tower energy, where that which has been stuck is not stuck anymore. It's flowing, and there's debris, and we got to clean it up a little bit, but it's not stuck. It's not like you have to crawl through the sewer and find the light and crawl up that ladder, and no, that work has already been done, and the lid is off. The lid is off. And see, I'm not even able to find my analogies today. Normally I'm like really good with my analogies and super flowing, and I'm just chunky right now, but that's okay. I'm representing the energy. This is kind of the energy right now. Again, really brand new, a lot of kind of rubble around, but walking away from it, moving through it gently, moving through it gently. You don't want to step on that jagged nail. You don't want to get tetanus, you don't want to cut yourself in the glass, like walk slowly, go gently, read your spidey senses, like go here, don't go here yet, don't go, go over here, but not for too long, whatever it is, just be very in the flow and let your soul guide you. We do have the Four of Swords, which is a very healing time. Again, that slowness, that integration, integrating these new energies, and also integrating the energies that are coming into your life. Because every time you have a new experience or you expand in a certain way, then of course you have to integrate that, and then your energetic signature changes, you stabilize on a new platform, and then you start attracting in more different things from that platform, so allowing this process, allowing for is also a number of stability, so allowing the energy to integrate and stabilize so that you can do more, so that you can walk further. But again, going slow at this point. And this is the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, there's some work to be done at this point. This is a card of mastery. And look, he's pouring that gold. He has his pot of gold. That's his pot of gold. And I was really noticing when this card came up, the liquid dripping out. And there it is again, completely different decks. But the liquid dripping out, and he's, you know, he's directing it. He's guiding it. He's tending to it. He's observing it. He's working with it. He's aware of it. It has his attention. It has his focus. You know, he's not unconscious. He's paying attention. He's paying attention. He's paying attention to what step needs to happen next. You know, he's listening to his guidance. He's allowing things to integrate. He's not rushing. He's not forcing that seed. You know, he's letting things go slow, and he's mastering this new energy. So, all right. So let me pull. This might be the last one that I do. I'm going to pull. Be like the shortest reading I've done in a very long time if I stop here. We'll see if it goes in another direction. If there's anything else that wants to be said. Realization, yeah, embarking into a whole new area where we are realizing and seeing things that we couldn't see before. So I was going to put this card down in the center of the reading, you know, because it was the closing card, and it went right on top of the blocked card. So again, seeing through that keyhole, the door is unlocked, the dam has been broken, it's broken open, and now we're seeing behind the veil. We're seeing behind the veil, and we're seeing behind that which has been in the way, and there's a whole new world opening up, a whole new world opening up. And I don't know about you, but it's like there's so much newness in my life right now. Like even when I was in Colorado, I felt really drawn to get this certain scent. I wish you could smell it. It's rose and vetiver and Palo Santo, and I didn't even know what was in it, but it was like I just felt like I was supposed to go to the store, this amazing store. Oh my God, this was in Longmont. I forget the name of it. It was like Fairy something. It was just the coolest store I've ever been in, but they had these scents, and so I just bought the one that they had. I didn't even know what was in it, and I couldn't identify what the scent was, but rose and vetiver and Palo Santo. Palo Santo is the strongest scent, and there's something about this. I normally wear more earthy things and just like, I don't know, just like amber and, you know, things that just have more of like to it. But this is lighter. It's just a completely different scent for me, and I'm so drawn to it. Like when I don't, sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll smell the scent in my nose. Like it's just like, hey, you know, like let's hang out again tomorrow. I'm like, okay, you know. So it's kind of like it's representing a new energy for me. It's representing a new energy, and so and other things too that are new about my life, new but even little things. Oh yeah, this. So I had this I met this person, and shortly after I met him, I had a dream, and in the dream was this man that didn't look like him, but I knew it was him. I knew him from before. And so he gave me in the dream an emerald nugget. And so the next day I ordered this emerald nugget pendant, and I've been wearing it for 2 years, and it broke this morning. It broke. And whenever my pendants or my medicine pieces break, I know, oh, and I had a ring break last week too. I had a ring. So, you know, it's like the medicine is changing, the scents are changing, you know, the stones that I'm wearing. So now I'm wearing moonstone and seraphonite instead of the emerald. They're both still feminine stones. But anyway, you know, it's just what the energies that we're being surrounded with, whether it's sensual things, stones, the scents, the smells, maybe what we're eating or what we're things that we're doing. Like I did a cacao ceremony for the first time a few nights ago, and I was really drawn to do it. I'm normally not drawn to do group ceremony, because again, I do that cleanup stuff, you know. I do that cleanup, and then I'm like processing everybody's shadow, and I'm just like, no, it's absolutely not fucking worth it. But I had really good boundaries, you know. I have way better boundaries now, and I felt really, really drawn to do it, and so I did, and I had this incredible experience, and I've never done anything like that before, and so, you know, just new things coming in, and new things, and even I was gifted from the women at the shop this very beautiful I think it's moonstone bracelet, and I had that on the altar during the ceremony. So this is holding the medicine of that. So, you know, it's like, again, the support that, like I was saying about the fours and the integration, it's like being surrounded by, and not on purpose, you know, it's just, you might be finding this in your life where just certain things are coming to you, certain medicine pieces or different music, or like there was a song I was listening to last night. It was this Lana Del Rey song, and it was called The Greatest, and I never heard it before, and I listened to it over and over and over. My entire drive home, I listened to it for like an hour, and I don't know what it was about this song. It was sort of like she was sort of reminiscing about the old days, but to me it kind of felt like this, like where you're just kind of saying goodbye. You're kind of saying goodbye to the past, and you're honoring it, and you're kind of like maybe taking the pieces of it that still match you, and bringing it forward. But it just felt I can't find the word. I can't, like a goodbye or like an integration or anyway, something about the song. But anyway, new things coming in, and all these different ways to represent your new alignment. Because often we shift and we don't know why. Kind of like me, where I'm just like, I don't know, I just feel weird. I just feel weird. I can't speak. I don't know how to do anything. But noticing all the support in your environment is kind of like helping you and guiding you, and even the scent letting itself know, like, I'm really important for you right now, or like this, I had kind of felt about like putting this on. I kind of wanted this on me, and then that necklace broke, and I was like, oh right, okay, you told me, I just didn't listen. So all the elementals and all the different things that are supporting us on these journeys, and again, like what I was saying, is the synchronicity is really powerful right now. But it's that support, and it's coming in all ways. And also, if you're meeting new people, it's like the new people that you're meeting, they're holding codes and aspects of yourself that you're ready to activate. It's like they're you. Everything is us coming to support us, whether it's a scent or a person or, a color or whatever it is. It's what your soul needs reflected to it, to come into your authenticity, to come into your wise leadership, to gather those pieces of yourself that you need for this next phase of your journey. So it's what I always talk about in the energy work that I do, when there's a bunch of clearing and then there's a restabilizing, and then in that new stable form, new things come in to support you and to transmit through your energy field, to help you attract in what you need, to help you to find your path, to find your yellow brick road, and to season you. So that's part of it too. Like when you're being guided to do things that you might not normally do, or that seem foreign to you, and you might feel a little weird, and like that lack of control. Again, that energy, which is now covered up by realization of blocked. It's like that feeling of like, well, I can't because I don't know how, because I'm trying to do everything from my head. And it's like, no, when that block moves and everything opens up and starts to flow, what you realize is that life is moving through you. Life is moving through you, and it's always been moving through you, and it's always been trying to pull you into the river of your own expression, your own soul reflected out. Like, look at my house. My house is my soul. There's so much dreams. So there's the crow, there's, the mermaid over there, and, there's all this like symbolism everywhere, and that's how life is. Everything that's in our world is symbolizing something. It's either symbolizing something we need to clear, or symbolizing something we need to embrace in ourselves, or whatever it is. But it's like we can flow with it and we can trust it. And that's the realization that we're coming into now, that the old paradigm, the old lie, the old conditioning is blowing up. It's blowing up. But right now, we're healing. We're healing, and we're integrating, and we're allowing. But just talking, putting our focus and our attention on the energy that's coming in, and also acknowledging that there is a bit of focus and a bit of work, and a bit of, being gentle implies attention as well. You have to pay attention to be gentle. You're noticing what's going on in your field. You're noticing it. You're noticing what's going on in everybody else's field, and you're honoring it as a sacred birthing process that we're all going through right now. And especially doing that, those of us that can do that, doing that, because a lot of people can't, and a lot of people are confused, and they're just, again, like me, feeling weird, or they're feeling the darkness leaving, or they're feeling, maybe a little spun out. This was kind of what was going on for me a month ago, when I was talking about the what is coming into our lives is ourselves, and receiving more of ourselves, our pieces coming back to us. And I got really kind of spun out. I got a little too ecstatic. I got a little too overflowing, and I got set back. And I had to rest. So it's like coming back out again into receiving more, but doing it gently, and doing it in the flow, and having balance, and tending to our needs, and resting when we need to rest, and pulling back our energy when we need to pull back our energy, so that the seed can really sprout this time, so that it can sprout, and so that we can grow it into something really functional and beautiful, which of course happens. It happens as we birth ourselves, and as we come into that butterfly form where we're all contributing. And so supporting each other in doing that, knowing that this is a really potent and special time. I'm glad I got that message out. I was struggling a little bit because it is such new energy. Sometimes it's really fun to read when you understand the energy and you can just pow. And sometimes it's really fun to discover it really in the moment. So thank you for enduring, and if you did stay this long, if you didn't give up on me while I was struggling there. I'm going to go back and listen to this and see if it made sense and if it flowed well. So yeah, so here we are on this first day of this, and this is also a 3 card. This realization is a 3 card, which I often see as hawk medicine, hawk energy, guidance, moving forward, being exactly where you need to be. And so just trusting that, trusting the flow, and being gentle with yourself and each other. So much love to you all, and I will see you next time if I do. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.